You're tuning into Relationship Wednesday, where we expose the lies, set fire to the bullshit, and show you what real love should actually feel like. This is the Bad Influence Podcast, the podcast they warn you about. I'm your host, Bjordan Banderas, and today we're cutting through manipulation, codependency, and toxic patterns with a machete. If you're tired of walking on eggshells in your relationship, it ends now. Raw truth, real growth. Let's get into it. Let me start by asking you this. If your partner disappeared for 30 days, would you still know who you are? Or would you collapse with them gone? Ooh, that's a good question, don't you think? Because here's the thing. If their absence erases your identity, you never had one in the first place. Love should amplify your presence, not erase it. That's how I see it. That's why I want to talk about this. Because I see this with a lot of people in the relationships. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, my partner is gone. They're on a vacation to visit their family, whatever. I don't know what to do of myself. I don't know who I am anymore. And I'm like, what? So let's talk about it. Now, when you fall apart the moment they leave, that's not heartbreak. It's withdrawal. And withdrawal is in love. It's a hostage situation with better lighting. And most people don't fall in love. They fall into escape. Escape from trauma, escape from boredom, escape from loneliness. They slap a Hallmark sticker on it, call it romance, but it's just distraction with a heartbeat. Dependence feels like connection when you've never met your own needs. And you can ask any psychologist about this. You can do the research. You can read books about this. There are so many. And again, psychologists have actually talked about this. Because clinging feels like closeness when you've never built confidence in solitude. But intimacy is chosen, not clutch. So if you need someone to survive, you'll never let them evolve. And that's not love. That's emotional blackmail wrapped in affection. Because silence is dangerous. Since it talks. Yes, silence talks. And what it usually says is, you never really healed. That's what it says. That emptiness you keep running from, it's not your partner's job to fix. It's your mission to face. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's true. That's your mission. Should you choose to accept it. But this is the one mission that you must accept in order for you to become the person or the partner that you need to become in life. So if your partner is your whole life, then the moment they need space or start to grow, your entire foundation crumbles. Love that dies in distance wasn't deep. It was just convenient because real love breathes. It evolves. If space feels like a threat, your relationship wasn't a temple, it was a tent. Since too many people abandon themselves the moment they fall in love. Probably you have done it. I know I've done it in the past. I abandoned myself for the people in my relationships, for other women. And I see women doing the same thing for men and men doing the same thing for women. And you know what I'm talking about? When you fall in love, then the books you love to read go unread. The journal collects dust. The gym bag stays in the corner. The dreams get shelved. All because we only do things together. Oh, I've seen that so many times with my friends. But guess what? That's not compromise. That's surrender. And before long, the person staring back at you in the mirror feels like a stranger. Yeah, and that stranger is you. So if silence makes you itch, it's because your soul is starving for your own attention. You can't be whole with someone else until you're whole with yourself. Otherwise, every pause turns into panic. A real partner supports your peace. They don't become it. If your partner feels like they're filling in the gaps you've neglected, ooh, I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not love. That's labor. That is labor. And you're the one handing them the time card. When people panic the second their partner takes space, it's because the relationship became their entire identity. That panic isn't love. It's ghosts. It's every old wound you buried under their presence now screaming in the silence. Panic is just a mirror yelling, you've got unfinished business with yourself. And you know what though? This is based on my own experience. I used to feel like that. But here's one of the things that I have learned, especially in my relationship. The strongest relationships don't panic when the room empties. Distance becomes a flex, not a fear. Powerful love doesn't collapse in absence. It stands tall and says, I'm good, you're good, and when we reunite, it's even better. That isn't disconnection, that's emotional wealth. I knew a couple once. I met them a few years ago. They look perfect on Instagram. Same gym, same friends, same schedule, but behind curated posts, they were crumbling. The moment one needed space, the other lost their entire identity. And that wasn't love. That was codependence with a filter. And when it ended, they both had to learn who the hell they were without each other. I'm sure a lot of you are going through this. You have gone through a breakup and then you don't know who you are. Well, let me tell you, the solution isn't complicated. It's not, but it's hard. You must keep your rituals alive. Don't abandon passions just because your partner doesn't share them. Practice solitude. Learn to enjoy the silence before you invite someone into it. And respect the distance. A space isn't a threat. It's a test of strength. Communicate without clutching. Very important. Communicate without clutching, okay? Be honest about needs without turning your partner into your lifeline. Love isn't about dissolving into someone. No, it is not. It's about finding yourself and standing next to someone who's done the same. So, picture this. Day 1. They leave for a 30-day work trip. No signal, no FaceTime, just space. Right? At first, it feels like freedom. Shoes kicked off, playlist blasting, hot shower, takeout on the couch, then day 3 hits. And the silence starts whispering. You grab your phone, not to text them, just to feel something. You scroll through old photos, replay old jokes in your head, stare at their hoodie on the couch like it's haunted. And then the panic creeps in. Not because they're gone, because without them, you don't know what to do with yourself. Meals, their taste. Music, their playlist. Workouts, their schedule. Hobbies, their mood. It hits you. Your life was orbiting theirs. But who the hell are you without them? You try journaling. The pen feels foreign. You try meditating. Your thoughts sound like bombs. You step outside and you feel like a stranger in your own body. And the silence keeps shouting. Not, I miss them, but I miss me. The version of you that got abandoned the moment the relationship became your identity. By day 11, something cracks. Just like that. You wake up not to their text, but to your own voice. It says enough. enough is enough. This is your wake-up call. So you lace up. Go on a solo hike. Play the music you love before you change your whole vibe for them. You walk, no phone, no playlist, just presence. And in that discomfort, something shifts. You start remembering who you are, not their partner, not their crutch, just you, your dreams, your voice, your fire. By day 30, when they return, you don't run to the door like someone waiting to be rescued. You meet them as an equal. I know a lot of people are going to be like, as an equal? Bjordan, that's not good. Well, it is good because love isn't about dissolving into someone. It's about expanding besides them. You don't panic when they take space anymore because you finally claim yours. You stop being a shadow. You became a force. And now you don't just stay differently. No, you love differently. No fear, no withdrawal, just real connection built on real wholeness. And that's what makes your relationship better. When you are whole, when the other person is whole, and when the whole relationship is whole, it's based on individual wholeness. You do your thing, they do their thing, and then you guys come together and do your own thing together. That's what love is. That's what a relationship should actually be like. Because if you're just a shadow of them, let's just say they don't break your heart the way that you think, like they cheat on you or they leave you for another person. Let's just say they pass away, right? Due to illness, accident, whatever. They just pass away. What will happen when that happens? Who are you going to be when that happens? Because unfortunately, in life, that's exactly what can happen. Right? So you have to understand that you have to be your own person in your own relationship. Or if something ever happens in that relationship, you may not know who you are anymore. And that's going to be harder to re-identify yourself, to rebuild yourself than anything else you have ever done in the whole world. You can go to therapy, you can go to gurus or whatever, but doing that is going to be the hardest thing you have ever done because you have to rebuild yourself. But now you're basing yourself on someone else's needs, on someone else's hobbies, on someone else's likes or whatever they like. So at the end of the day, you have to be your own person in order for you to love the other person, in order for you to love the other person for who they are. And remember, the choice is yours. And that's it for today. If this episode peeled back the mask on your relationship, don't ignore it. You deserve more than crumbs. Draw the damn line. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss the truth bombs that actually change lives. Share this with someone who needs to wake up to real love, not manipulation. This is the Bad Influence Podcast. Until next time, know your worth, speak your truth, and never flinch. Have a great day.